Hi and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking into this video. So today I am going to share you some tips to increase your rating in Undawn. So first, the easiest way you have to do is to upgrade your equipment. So the important thing that you should know is that in Undawn, a lot of equipment upgrades are closely related to the character, but that doesn't mean that you level up the weapon itself, but has something to do with the completeness of the weapon, such as the attachments, polish to weapon slots. So there are several upgrade options that you can do to increase the strength of your equipment. So starting from the enhance, assemble, polish, modify to special key skills. So to enhance, to strengthen your weaponry equipment, you need silver coins and reinforcement coatings, which have three types of rarity levels, namely alloy reinforcement coating, fiberglass reinforcement coating, and carbon fiber reinforcement coating. So you can get this item by completing daily and weekly activities in the game. You can also buy it from the in-game shop, such as through trade and then to the merchant guild. Of course, the higher your enhancement level, the more enforcement coatings are required. Next is the assemble. So the next option that you can use is to increase your rating, where this option only applies to weapons. So there are two types of weapons that you can carry on your exploration, namely main weapons and heavy weapons. So where you can upgrade each of these weapons using accessories or attachments such as scope, muzzle, barrel, receiver, magazine, grip, and stock. So to upgrade each accessory, you need accessory blueprints which can be obtained from various activities, quests, and in-game events. So pay attention to the bonuses from the firearm accessory set when you can link these bonuses to weapon slots and provide upgrades to accessories when you reach a certain level. So for example, if you upgrade your main weapon accessories to level 6 overall, then you will get level 6 bonus stats, namely plus 54 damage or plus 24 armor piercing and plus 3 magazine capacity. So next is to reinforce. It is a feature of adding accessories to your armor. So the armor used consists of vests, jackets, pants, gloves, and shoes, which will help increase your character's rating. So increase if it you have to use the armor plates item, where each item uses a specific item based on the type of accessories used. So for example, the shoe armor plate item can only be used to strengthen shoes, so each of your armor items can include up to 3 armor plates in each item. So you can get armor plates by completing daily activities until buying using coupons in the trade section of the merchant guild. Next is to polish. So another method can be done to improve your character's weapons and equipment. So if you make improvements in polish section and want to change the weapon used, then the stats that have been obtained will last. So you need silicon carbide, particles, items to polish. You can increase polish XP to increase the polish level on each item to get a higher stat bonus. So it should be noted that every piece of equipment you use will get a different stat bonus every time you polish. So for example, a vest can increase max armor and armor recovery per second, and you will also need to pay attention to the equipment set polishing that you can receive when polishing a certain equipment to a certain level. So for example, if you polish 6 types of equipment up to level 9, it will give you additional 12 on max HP points, and then additional 32 damage, and then additional 10 at armor piercing. So next is the stat modification and stat transfer. So every armor and weapon except melee has additional stats that are randomly obtained during the item creation process. So that can each so that each item can have some additional statistics and depending on its quality. If you are not satisfied with the additional statistics you get, you can make modifications where this modification requires thermoplastic coating, which you can get from prizes completing activities in the game or buy it from other players in the trade section. So every attempt to change these stats, you will be given new additional stat options and you will be given the choice to use the new one or keep the previous one. If you choose to change the new statistics, the statistics that existed before will be lost. If you want to maintain the two stats that existed before, you will need special items which are quite rare, namely the nanocrystalline core and the superconductive core. You can also transfer stats from one item to another using the stat transfer option, which can only be done if the target item has the same or higher level stats than the previous item and the original item will be destroyed during the stat transfer process. So make sure that you always pay attention to the statistics of the additional item when you buy equipment from other players in trade. Next is the skill chips. What you can do is skill chips. So currently skill chips can only be attached to main weapons or jackets. So where each chip installed will provide a specific stat for that item. So skill chips come in two levels of rarity, epic and the legendary. So each of which is made using 30 or 50 module chips, where these chips are not easy to get because you can only buy them using RC in the game store or buy from other players in the trade section. Next is to increase road and raven level. So another effort you can make to increase your character's rating is to increase the title level in the road or of raven section. So where to increase the level, you have to complete a series of specific tasks that must be completed to promote the title that you currently have. So after completing the task, you have to look down for raven seagulls, which you can buy using combat points, which can usually be obtained by PvP modes such as training match and then aeronautical base. Each of your level in the ravens has different statistical bonuses. You can see this in the preview title section to see what bonuses you get. And then next is to choose the right weapon. There are three types of weapon you can choose in the Undawn game, namely main, heavy, and melee. So the type of weapon you can use will differ based on your goals, whether it's for PvP or PvE in the game. So if you want to use the PvE, then only DPM, alias damage per minute, is important to pay attention to. But it is for the PvP, then you should also to consider factors such as recoil to the size of the magazine for each weapon. And next is to make suitable drone. Drones are one of the weapons that you can make and equip in the Undawn game, where there are three types of drone chips that you can make, namely treatment chips that can help heal you or your allies, explosive chips, namely drones that can release small missiles at nearby enemies to attack them, and EM chips that can emit electromagnetic waves within a 6-meter radius that can deal small damage and slow down the enemy's movement for a few seconds. Next, what you can do is to increase the character's talent and training camp. The character's talent is divided into three parts of consisting of throw, device, and passive. So you can unlock these talents using silver and skill points. In the throw section, you can choose the type of bomb you want to develop skills for. While the passive section, you can develop passive skills that can support combat such as armor piercing shell, maximum firepower, strong body, and many other skills. So for the device section, you can choose to develop certain skills depending on the game mode. So for example, turrets are useful for PvE, while healing devices and mines will be useful for PvP. So the game training section itself is a skill that you can improve using currency called contribution, which will get every time you take part in the daily activities of your camp. All of these skills are passive and will increase your character's basics attribute, which part you will focus on, of course, depending on your individual needs, but developing skills can help you survive will certainly be more useful. So, those are the tips and guides for increasing your character's rating and enhancement in the Undawn game. So that is all for this video, and I hope this helped you, and if it did, please make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click notification bell button so you won't miss a video. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.